Good evening and welcome to this continuous coverage on NDTV. The big semi-final, it was touted to be at this moment at least the semi-final going the Bharatiya Janata Party way in the Hindi heartland, a total domination of the BJP. The fascinating fact, ladies and gentlemen, out of the 4 election state, all 3, barring Madhya Pradesh, the incumbent government has lost. The BJP has been able to successfully defend and save a government which had anti-incumbency of 18 and a half years. That, I believe, for the Congress party would be one of the most demoralizing defeat of this election. And then, of course, the turnaround, what happened in Chhattisgarh. Not many, even in the Bharatiya Janata Party, saw these numbers to be turning the way they have turned. Rajasthan, many thought it was a close election. Interesting fact, every time Ashok Gehlot has been dislodged from the government, the Congress party was left in tatters. It came down to as low as 21 in fact, 2023, 2013, I beg your pardon. This time, Mr. Gehlot, respectable 69 at this moment, but the fact remains that 3 governments from the Hindi heartland will be now the Bharatiya Janata Party. It takes you back to 2013, before the 2014 election when Prime Minister Narendra Modi won for the first time, where the BJP won all these states. We'll try and analyze, discuss the broad strokes, the big impact, not only for the BJP. Is it game, set, match for Prime Minister Narendra Modi for 2024? What of the India alliance with the Congress, which was possibly hoping will go at least with 2 or 3 victories for the India alliance before 2024? And what happens as far as the whole narration that south of India's the BJP, the Prime Minister does not have the same magic as they have in the North India and West India. Before we do anything else, let me very quickly at this moment just walk across to this big screen that we have here and just give you a sense of the numbers. Where do things stack up? At this moment, at 5 p.m. This Sunday evening, the Super Sunday, Rajasthan, BJP the history was with the side of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ashok Gehlot tried a lot in the last 6 months with his welfare scheme. At this moment, the Bharatiya Janata Party 116, 43 over their tally of 2018. Congress 69, down 31. BSP has still got 2, in fact, down 4. And fascinating, Rajasthan 12, others down 8 from the last election. So the Bharatiya Janata Party cruising at this moment at 116. Vote share 42% for the BJP, 40% for the Congress and 2% for the BSP. The difference of 2% there. The Congress, in fact, has added 1% to their vote share. But look at that. BJP able to, in fact, from the Congress party, adding 3% vote share. Largely, it is coming from the BSP and others. So for the Congress party, the only silver lining is that there are similar number of voters or a little more, those who have voted for them in 2018 and 2023. Let's go to Madhya Pradesh at this moment. We'll just turn around and we'll go to MP as well. That's the state where possibly Shivraj Singh Chauhan 6 months back and nobody was giving him a chance. Kamal Nath thought it's in his bag, and look what the result day brought for the Congress party and the BJP. BJP 164, it's a tsunami, a massive victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 55 over what they did last time in 2018. The Congress party, which possibly was hoping a huge victory here, 65, down 49. And as I said, this is going to be one of the most demoralizing defeat for the Congress party ahead of 2024. Others 1, down 4 from 2018. Quickly turning to the vote share as far as the state of Madhya Pradesh is concerned. The vote share for the Bharatiya Janata Party 49%, for the Congress 41, BSP plus and the others are about 4%. The BJP gaining a whopping 8% vote share. It's a huge swing. The Congress stays where they were, but others losing 3, the BSP losing 3, others also in fact losing vote share, but that's a massive swing in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party, where 6 months back nobody was giving them a chance as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned. The other state, Chhattisgarh, where the sense even till possibly early in the morning was that BJP not sure, close contest. Look what has happened. 56 well over the majority mark of 45 in Chhattisgarh, up 41. They were down to 15. That was an outlier election as far as Chhattisgarh is concerned in 2018. The Congress 34, down 34 at this moment. The others, BSP not, in fact, others out of the question as far as Chhattisgarh is concerned. BSP down 2, others down 5. So compared to 2018 election, BJP this time winning handsomely, and this is going to be the sweetest victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party in the 3 states that they have won of the 4. Telangana, the vote share of Chhattisgarh, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, 47% for the BJP, a difference of 4% between the BJP and the Congress, 43% for the Congress party, BSP managing 3%, a whopping 14% addition to Bharatiya Janata Party's vote share. And going into 2024, this is going to give the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi a huge amount of confidence. Let's shift to the only sliver of hope for the Congress party, Telangana election. It has been quite a remarkable election, quite a turnaround as well. If the Congress would have managed a couple of one more state, this possibly would have been one of the big headlines. Congress has been able to defeat the regional satrap BRS out of the game at this moment. 64 for the Congress, up 45. 40 to the BRS, down 48. BJP has also increased their seats and vote share. They are up 7. AIMIM 7. They won 7 last time. They are retaining that. Others are down 4. The fact remains the Congress comfortably, in fact, at this moment over the majority mark. 64, the Congress party, after the Hyderabad municipal election, not many would have seen this coming. Karnataka election victory at least turned the fillip for the Congress party in the state of Telangana. The vote share, 40% for the Congress party. It's a huge jump from what they had last time, 38 for the BRS and 14% for the Bharatiya Janata Party. They have also gained massively, plus 7% for the BJP, plus 9% for the Congress, and BRS losing 9% of the vote share. So at this moment, this is how the picture is stacked up on this Super Sunday. Kamal Nath, the leader of the Congress party in the state of Madhya Pradesh, speaking at this moment. Let's listen in.
आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत। प्रजातंत्र के इस मुकाबले में हम मध्य प्रदेश के मतदाताओं का फैसला स्वीकार करते हैं। आज विरोधी दल के नाते और आगे भी जो हमारा कर्तव्य है, हम उस कर्तव्य पर डटे रहेंगे। सबसे बड़ी चुनौती हमारे सामने नौजवानों की भविष्य की है, बेरोजगारी की है और कृषि क्षेत्र की है। कृषि क्षेत्र 70% हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था का हिस्सा है और कृषि क्षेत्र में मजबूती आए, ये हमारी प्राथमिकता होनी चाहिए। मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बधाई देता हूं और उम्मीद करता हूं कि जिस प्रकार जनता ने उन्हें समर्थन दिया है, वो उस पर खड़े उतरेंगे और जनता को जो विश्वास उन्होंने जताया है भारतीय जनता पार्टी पर, वो विश्वास बड़ी जिम्मेदारी से वो निभाएंगे। आज हमारी दूसरी उम्मीद थी। मैंने हमेशा कहा था कि मैं मध्य प्रदेश के मतदाताओं पर विश्वास करता हूं, वो आज भी करता हूं। मैंने पिछले 1 महीने से कह रहा हूं, मैं मध्य प्रदेश के मतदाताओं पर विश्वास करता हूं। मेरे से जब आप पूछते थे कि कितनी सीटें आएंगी, मैं कहता था मैं मध्य प्रदेश के मतदाताओं पर विश्वास करता हूं। आज भी मैं विश्वास करता हूं और मुझे ये उम्मीद है कि ये विश्वास जो मध्य प्रदेश के मतदाताओं ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी पर रखा है, उनके साथ विश्वासघात नहीं होगा। हम इस पर विचार करेंगे कि क्या हमने कमियां थी, क्यों हम मतदाता को अपनी बात नहीं समझा पाए। हर उम्मीदवार से चर्चा करके, वो हारा हुआ हो या जीता हुआ हो, हम उनसे चर्चा करेंगे अगले कुछ दिनों में और उस चर्चा के बाद हम इसका निष्कर्ष निकालेंगे।
कमला जी क्या चूक हो गई, इतनी बड़ी टक्कर दी आपने?
ये सब तो
थैंक यू।
So that was Mr. Kamal Nath saying that he concedes defeat, and just look at that gap between the two parties. A vote share swing of 8% has converted into 99 seat advantage for the BJP. It's a state that they have not won with this number, Ankit, ever in the past. So it's very clear that that the BJP leadership did everything right, and the Congress got everything wrong. Yes.
Maria, but let me ask you this. Is now Madhya Pradesh, the transformation of Madhya Pradesh into the second state like Gujarat for the BJP is complete? Is it now completely on the lines of Madhya Pradesh, where the opposition, there has to be an extraordinary election for the BJP to be dislodged?
Well, you know, Ankit, if we were to look at Madhya Pradesh as a case study, because it will become a case study of how to win elections. If you and then compare it to Gujarat. Gujarat has the two Gujaratis on the top, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. So there is that great sense of regional pride that Gujarati is, governing the country. In case of Madhya Pradesh, there is no Madhya Pradesh pride per se. But I think here it is about Prime Minister Modi who has become acceptable in a state of Gujarat. So completely different story. But just look at this Vidhan Sabha now, which has a different picture. Here is the BJP which is returning with its biggest mandate ever, and this is coming at a time which is about the larger pro-incumbency which has worked for the BJP. Ma'am, I'm emphasizing on the fact that there is a woman voter, and this woman voter perhaps believes in Narendra Modi more than it believes in the Congress leadership.
Absolutely. I think this is what the BJP needed the most, because after Gujarat, there was no such decisive victory for the BJP. And while I said in the morning also, the women vote share, around 4% of the women vote share actually is more towards the BJP, and it makes a very significant impact on the election results. See, what BJP has done is it has delivered on the ground. In the last 9 years, it is being delivering, whether the central schemes or with respect to the state government schemes, and this is something which they have worked to deliver, and that is where it is creating an impact. There have been people from the Congress who have been giving promises, but I am not sure how much impact it is having on the ground, because what they are doing is they are trying to compete. If somebody is giving 1,000 rupees, okay, we'll give 2,000 rupees. So this kind of buying of a woman vote share is not possible.
Just to add to one point, Ankit, if in all these states, Ankit, the Congress went with one theme of caste census. Is it a rejection of that, Anuragji?
Yes, this is a complete rejection of caste census, because it has no sense also. I don't know why Rahul Gandhi is making so much noise on caste census. And I would like to add one more thing. When Shivraj ji announced this Ladli Behna Yojana, Kamal Nath was the person who criticized this scheme initially by saying this will spoil our economy, state economy. But later, when he realized this is going to change fate of BJP, then he also announced this Nari Samman.
There is a difference. The scheme that the Congress, that's where the Congress also got it wrong. The Congress announced their 6 guarantees before Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan. And then Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan was able to supplement it. And the question also then becomes that there was delivery for the women. 1 rupee in your pocket with the promise of 3 rupees tomorrow is much better than somebody who is delivering at this moment than somebody who will. And the other big question, like we were talking about caste census, Mr. Kala, if I can get you in, because that seemed to be one of the things that the Congress possibly wanted, at least the Congress leadership wanted as a theme for all the state elections. Right. In Madhya Pradesh and also in Rajasthan. Tell me, apart from Rahul Gandhi, which other local leader was talking about this? So even the Congress party did not have a cohesive narrative to go into this election. If the party had decided we want to go with caste census, apart from Rahul Gandhi, not a single local leader, including Kamal Nath, was speaking and projecting it as their trump card.
You are absolutely right on this, Ankit. the Chief Minister just said this caste census word a couple of times, not more than that. So they were not at all in a mood to go and talk about it, and there was no cohesion. The issues about which Rahul Gandhi would talk in rallies were completely different and alienated from what the situation was on the ground. They made a hue and cry about ERCP project, but they were least bothered about it. It was just a speech to be given from a podium and tweets to be put out, nothing on the ground. So they missed out.
May
on
I ask you a corresponding question now?
Yes.
Sachin Pilot waiting in the wings forever now for the Congress party in Rajasthan.
Yes.
Was hoping even in the dying months of this government that, and everybody was talking about why would he want to become the chief minister right now? The history is against the Congress party in this state. One man apart, it's not that Sachin Pilot has said that, but how does Sachin Pilot look at these results right now? Is this possibly the moment? What happens to Mr. Gehlot from here on? He's possibly lost the favor with the central leadership. He's lost the government in that state. He fought this election. Largely, it was a Gehlot fought election. What happens for Mr. Gehlot from here on?
See, well, we saw Mr. Gehlot saying everything but taking the blame himself. He was saying we had good policies, everything. So he, with these number of 69, will not be in a mood day after when all the MLAs meet to call it a day. It's for the Congress High Command to take a call and say, okay, we pass it on to generation next.
You will take questions. I think let's listen to Arun Singh of the BJP. He is addressing the press in Rajasthan, and then I'll bring in Congress MP Manikam Tagore.
जवाब देने का काम किया। इन राज्यों के तमाम नेता जो इस बात का सपना देख रहे थे कि सनातन विरोध पे वो खामोश किया।
हम प्रधानमंत्री जी का अभिनंदन करते हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता जिन्होंने 5 साल लगातार परिश्रम किया, ऐसे सभी कार्यकर्ताओं का अभिनंदन करते हैं और राजस्थान की जनता का आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी पे उन्होंने विश्वास व्यक्त किया। प्रधानमंत्री जी की जब राजस्थान में सभाएं हो रही थी, जिस प्रकार से राजस्थान में जनसैलाब प्रधानमंत्री जी को सुनने के लिए आ रहा था, अभिनंदन करने के लिए आ रहा था, तभी से स्पष्ट था कि राजस्थान में पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बनना तय है और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में अब यहाँ पे चौमुखा विकास होगा। राजस्थान तेज गति से आगे बढ़ेगा। पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय जेपी नड्डा जी के उनके कुशल नेतृत्व, जो उन्होंने समय समय पर राजस्थान को कार्यकर्ताओं को मार्गदर्शन दिया, उनका भी हम आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। देश के गृह मंत्री आदरणीय अमित शाह जी ने समय समय पर राजस्थान की टीम को बुला करके बात करना, मार्गदर्शन देना, सभाएं करना, हम उनका आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। सभी केंद्रीय नेतृत्व का आभार व्यक्त करते हैं और सभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राजस्थान की टीम का अभिनंदन करते हैं। बहुत आज अच्छा दिन है, शुभ दिन है और आज जहां एक और मध्य प्रदेश में भी क्लीन स्वीप हुआ, छत्तीसगढ़ भी क्लीन स्वीप हुआ, इन सभी राज्यों।
Maria, one interesting thing at this, I'm sure, because most of the MLAs would be in their constituencies trying to collect their winning certificate. The question, I don't know whether you have the answer or Mr. Kala has the answer. Who's going to be the Chief Minister of Rajasthan for the BJP? Does this 116, Maria, does this affect a generational change in Rajasthan as well, or is it a comfortable number that Vasundhara Raje can actually exert herself?
Vasundhara Raje did crisscross the state of Rajasthan. She held over 50 rallies. And if you were to look at the last few days of campaigning, she was very much seen with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in those rallies. There was a lot of pleasantries that was exchanged between the two of them. There was a lot of camaraderie on display as well. So, whether the BJP is preparing for a generational shift, I won't rule that out. But here is a party which has a completely different set of calculations than what we think.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Kalla wants to come in.
See, Maria, I told you a couple of hours back also, and I stick my neck out to it, that under 120, BJP will not risk anyone else but Vasundhara Raje, because 2024 is an important seat. See, the numbers might look very good, but we in Rajasthan are not used to seeing these numbers.
Yeah.
We used to seeing 163-21 or 156-56. The kind of numbers that we are elated about in Madhya Pradesh are a normal fare in Rajasthan. That hasn't happened this time around. So to make sure that you win all 25, there would be many seats which are very narrow margin. So you need somebody who could bring everyone together, and that at the moment is only Vasundhara Raje.
Okay. We have our guest joining us, Javeer Shergill, National Spokesperson of the BJP, and Manikam Tagore, Member of Parliament of the Congress Party. Manikam, I would say that there is a lot of introspection that the Congress has to do. Yes, you have won the state of Telangana, that's a congratulatory victory, but the larger question of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, it's humiliating defeat.
Thank you. We thank the people of Telangana for putting the faith on us, and we humbly accept the results in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. We need to look back, and we hope that we will be able to set our things in the right way for the parliament elections in 2024. We are very confident that we'll come back, and it's not a humiliating defeat as you called it. In Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, it is around 8 to 9 seats away from the halfway mark, and Rajasthan is not that much. Usually, we usually gets around 20-25 seats every time after the government period, but this time we performed well, but it's not up to the mark. We need to work on it, and we will be able to work on it, I suppose, and we will be able to build a better structure, better narrative to win in 2024.
Mr. Tagore, when you were speaking, Javeer Shergill, your former colleague, now national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, was shaking his head vigorously. Javeer, welcome and congratulations for your party's victory in the total domination of the BJP, especially in the Hindi heartland. But tell me, if you allow me to ask you this, you've been in the Congress Party, you're now with the BJP. What is so different in the election management of the BJP that many pollsters, that you've experienced, that many pollsters, those who are not giving the BJP a chance in Chhattisgarh, they've been able to turn it around and have won Madhya Pradesh handsomely?
Thank you, Ankit and Maria, for having me on your show. I will give that answer in just 1 second, but I'm going to say, being a Punjabi, and I have to say, it is balle balle for the Bharatiya Janata Party in these 3 states. The voters have chosen the politics of progress, prosperity, vikas and vishwas of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and rejected Congress's politics of appeasement and negativity. Let's not forget, Mr. Rahul Gandhi conducted a Bharat Jodo Yatra in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, which has clearly proven to be a voter todo yatra. Instead, the Bharat Jodo Yatra of Congress has proven to be a voter todo yatra, and the voters have broken away from them. And now let me come to your question. What is the difference? I was smiling and smirking when Mr. Manikam Tagore was speaking. The difference is this. Congress fights the elections on Twitter. Congress fights the election on the feedback of darbaris and sycophants. Congress fights the election on the heads of the George Soros and the BBCs and hollow echo chambers. BJP fights the elections by putting their ear to the ground, reading the pulse of the people, ensuring delivery and implementation. The difference is that the Bharatiya Janata Party never gets lost in celebrations, neither takes any win for granted, but prepares, hunker downs, analyzes, assesses. When Mr. Manikam Tagore was speaking, it reminded me of my days. We will go back to the drawing room, we will learn, it is not humiliating, the margin is closed, the vote share is this. There is a very famous Hindi kahavat, आज तुम्हारे पैरों के नीचे जमीन नहीं और इस बात का फिर भी तुम्हें यकीन नहीं. The point is,
Manikam, while the point that has been made by Javeer, there is a lot of, valid argument that he can make against his political opponent in the Congress party. Is there a degree of complacency with which the Congress approached both Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh elections? कि ये तो हमारा जीता हुआ चुनाव है.
We know that people actually defeat what people speaks and others. We had been practiced with it, but we had won Telangana also, where BJP is not able to touch the single digit also, or double digit also. For these kind of things, we had known it, and those people who speak up about BJP's Chahat and others, we know their positions and others. Let us leave about it. But very clear thing is that we take every election very seriously, and Congress is not a party which is guided by any kind of divisive force like RSS. Congress is a party which unites and it has a democratic structure, and therefore we take time in settling things and others, and it takes Congress is a party which takes a little time to settle, because there is a democratic way of doing it, and it's not a RSS way of doing it that to have some kind of strong force in setting
Mr.
people
Tagore,
right.
Javier, I'm just coming to you. Let me ask just a corresponding question to you, Mr. Tagore. And I mean, don't want to, at this moment, of course, I understand when you lose an election, of course, the chips would be down. But the fact remains, sir, like you are saying that things take time in the Congress party and it's a democratic setup, so on and so forth. But the fact is, since 2014, more than 55 elections, when you have gone head-to-head with the Bharatiya Janata Party, you have not been able to overcome that. The fact remains that out of these 4 states, only one state has been able to save its government. That is Madhya Pradesh, where the BJP has been in power for more than 18 and a half years. You have not been able to convert that anti-incumbency. You have not been able to hold states more than 5 years. Is that a sense of worry, sir, where the BJP time and again has been able to come back to states where it has been in power in, but for the Congress party, you come to power, hold the state for 5 years, and then you are decimated like in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh?
The problem with the present equilibrium is that you people come to conclusions so quickly about the democratic processes, and Congress party just before 6 months has defeated BJP and your Modi in a very handsome way in Karnataka. Let us not forget that these kind of stories were when Mr. Modi was going there in Karnataka, people of Karnataka defeated them. Therefore, in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, there was some kind of missteps we had taken it, and we will get back that and we will correct it. In Chhatisgarh also, it is only 8-9 seats. We are down with the majority mark. How it went, what are the recent mistakes in the local level it has been committed, we will be working about it. But Mr. The BJP spokesperson was speaking about Bharat Jodo Yatra and others. Well, he may not be knowing it, but because newly converts always become more loyal to the master, therefore they will be speaking like this. The reality is that Bharat Jodo united people, gave hope to people, gave some kind of hope to people that
Manika, will you accept that your bargaining power within the India bloc has also gone down? You had put all the interactions, all the conversations on hold because you were hoping that of these 5 states, one, of course, the results will be coming tomorrow, you'll be able to win at least 3. But you won only 1. So, the India bloc will have reasons to say that the Congress really doesn't have that fire in the belly to lead the opposition anymore. You cannot be the fulcrum of opposition unity.
That may be Maria's view, but India Alliance has have a different view.
Akhilesh Yadav has said so, Nitish Kumar has said so, Mamata Banerjee has said so, Sharad Pawar has said so. So it's hardly Maria's view. It's your alliance partners' views.
But they all come to the India Alliance meeting. We all sit together and discuss. Therefore, in this chat, it is Maria's view. I take it as Maria's view, but we fight these battles very clearly, and we fight RSS and we fight those big corporates also. We will continue to fight this kind of thinking, but we are very clear that we will fight these battles, and people of India will one day be convinced. That's the view of us.
But okay, we'll talk more about just hoping that people will in fact get your message. Possibly it's time for a new narration as well, and the election machinery that we keep talking about. But Javier, there is one question that I wanted to ask you, and please respond to it quickly. The fact remains that while the BJP is dominating the north of India, the west of India, we are seeing a complete domination as far as the Hindi heartland is concerned. The same issues that you keep saying, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's popularity, the local work, the machinery of the Bharatiya Janata Party, that seems to be failing as far as South of India is concerned. Is that the worry for the Bharatiya Janata Party going ahead in 2024? 130 seats, barring a junior partner in Puducherry, you are nowhere in South of India.
Ankit, just one intervention and I'll answer your reply to the left-handed compliment the member parliament from Congress gave me about a newly convert. His, I don't know whether his memory fades, the individual who's led them to victory in Telangana is also a convert from ABVP to Naidu to now to the Congress party. So, let's be a little bit, let's call a spade a spade. Number two, as far as South, the difference again in the BJP Congress is this. BJP, rather than getting lost in the celebration in the next 7 days, we will hunker down what went wrong in Telangana. Though from one seat the tally has gone considerably high. Our BJP candidate has defeated the CM KCR Rao and the Mr. Revanth Reddy also. The South is most important in the political landscape of Bharatiya Janata Party. We have to make inroads, and I have no doubt that जो लोग कहते थे ये कैसे होगा, थोड़े वर्षों में कहेंगे ये कैसे हो गया. Let's not forget Tripura, Northeast, where BJP had 1.34% share, and today we are at 43.4%. Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Chhattisgarh victory is a resounding testimony of the fact that BJP fights to win. And lastly, this one-day narrative is being peddled on your show. 7 states went to election in 2022. Congress lost 6. This election, 2023, for the sake of the member parliament on your show, I hope the pigs will fly one day, and his one day will come for the Congress's turn. And lastly, a larger message for 2024 has been given. The message is this: Ye dil mange more, Modi Sarkar once more. That is the clear message which has been given.
Mr. Kalla, can I bring you in on this? Because 2013, the BJP won these states. 2014 was a comprehensive victory. 2018, the Congress won these states. BJP still managed a 2019 comprehensive victory. How do you see this now translating in 2024, specifically the state of Rajasthan, where both of us have been talking about now? The Congress has gone up to 70. The performance of the Congress party in terms of both vote share and seats is not as bad as it used to be. So does the Congress take that as a silver lining, or is it game, set and match for the BJP as far as these states are concerned?
Ankit, I would say it's an edge BJP, because Congress will have to learn fast and act fast. If they still go on with the old guard mode, I don't see any difference in 2024. Whereas if they pump in fresh blood, there might be something new that they might do and at least win a couple of seats in the Rajasthan state, because 2 elections back to back, they are yet to open their account in Lok Sabha.
Because Maria, look at these 3 states, Madhya Pradesh, look at Chhattisgarh and also Rajasthan. If I'm not mistaken, all of them together would be about 65 Lok Sabha seats.
Yes.
BJP last time got about 62 of these Lok Sabha seats. But there's some breaking news coming in at this moment. In fact, the Election Commission has ordered suspension of the DGP of Telangana for the Model Code of Conduct violation. Let me bring in my colleague Uma Sudhir on this. Uma, is it because before the results were declared, the DGP was seen handing over the bouquet to Mr. Revanth Reddy, who he thought is going to be the Chief Minister?
It is because the Model Code of Conduct is still in place, and during the Model Code of Conduct being in place, officers, in fact, are not expected to go and meet any political representatives. So even while the results were coming out, the DGP, not just the DGP, in fact, along with him, it's DGP Anjani Kumar, Additional DGP Law and Order Sanjay Jain, and Additional DGP CID Mahesh Bhagwat have reached the Congress President Revanth Reddy's home, and they congratulated him. And that is something that is seen as a violation of the Model Code of Conduct, and that's the reason why the Election Commission, we understand, has suspended Mr. Anjani Kumar and has asked Mr. Sanjay Jain, who is Additional DGP, and also Additional DGP Law and Order, and also Mahesh Bhagwat, who is Additional DGP CID, to give an explanation by 8 p.m. today on why they did this, and an explanation for how they violated the Model Code of Conduct.
Uma Sudhi, thank you for joining us. This also tells you, Maria, lesson to be learned. Before the chickens are completely hatched, there is no point putting your money somewhere. It can prove dangerous. The man thought that the power is shifting, went there to meet him, and now is facing suspension. But the point that I was making, and Maria, come in on that, and of course we can take it to our guest as well. The fact remains that in all these states, the BJP maximized it.
Yes.
In the Lok Sabha, in the last Lok Sabha, 62, if I'm not mistaken, out of 65. What else can the Bharatiya Janata Party do? So does the Congress take still hope from that there is still a fight left as far as Lok Sabha is concerned, while they are bolstering their chances as far as Southern India is concerned?
No, I would say that it gives fillip to the BJP's narrative now. And it certainly adds to great degree of setback to the Congress's campaign of caste census. Caste census was seen as this big wild card that India group has found, particularly after Nitish Kumar releasing it. But caste census is not an answer in several states. And if anything, BJP's victory in 3 states, in 2 of which nobody gave them a chance. And in Madhya Pradesh, they have, Ankit, they have reached that mark of 50%, an ambitious number which the BJP usually wins in the Lok Sabha election.
Absolutely.
They have managed to win in assembly elections.
It's remarkable.
Yeah, it's remarkable. Anurag ji, I have... we keep talking about assembly.
But I've been told that our colleague Arvind is joining us at this moment to explain to us what are the violations of the MCC as far as the DGP of Telangana is concerned. Arvind, go ahead. Right. As soon as I went to him, we have lost that line with Arvind. The fact remains that 2 senior officers, the DGP has been suspended. The additional DGP has been asked to explain by 8 p.m. and this is in terms of the model code of violations. Arvind, go ahead, just explain to our viewers why has this strict action been taken against the DGP?
Ankit, ECA sources have told NDTV that they have taken a toughest decision today by placing the Telangana DGP Anjani Kumar under suspension for meeting Telangana Congress President Revanth Reddy at around 12:15 p.m. when the counting process was underway. So according to EC sources, this was a clear case of violation of Model Code of Conduct, and that's why the Election Commission of India has taken this toughest decision. This is the exact word that was used by the senior most officer in the Election Commission of India. They told us that they have taken this toughest decision to suspend the DGP of a state, that is the Telangana, for allegedly violating Model Code of Conduct by meeting a political party leader who is also a contesting candidate, even when the counting process was away. And that's where the Election Commission sources say, because as head of the force, the DGP could not have gone ahead and met a contesting candidate, because that would give a completely wrong picture. And if all the SPs, all the subordinate officers right under him, even if they had started deserting the counting centers, and even if they had started meeting the political leaders, then that would have created a huge impact on the counting process. And that's where the Election Commission has taken this strong action against Telangana DGP Anjani Kumar for allegedly violating Model Code of Conduct by meeting a contesting candidate and also Telangana Congress President Revanth Reddy, and also 2 other officers also met Revanth Reddy along with a DGP, one ADG Law and Order, and also a CID chief. Both those IPS officers have been asked to explain their conduct by 8 p.m. today. Both of them have to give in written why did they go and meet Revanth Reddy by 8 p.m. today. But the Election Commission has taken a strong action against DGP for going ahead and meeting one of the contesting candidates. So DGP has been suspended. 2 other senior officers have been issued notice, and both of them have been asked to respond by 8 p.m. today on their conduct in meeting Revanth Reddy, one of the contesting candidate, and also Telangana Congress President.
Right, Arvind, in fact, giving us that important information that very hard, in fact, decision has been taken by the EC suspension of the senior most officer as far as the state of Telangana is concerned. Thank you, Arvind, for joining us at this moment. But just building on what we were talking about earlier, in fact, what happens as far as this victory is concerned. Can I, in fact, at this moment, Mr. Anurag Verma, what is happening in south of India, should that be a worry for the Bharatiya Janata Party? Is there a different way for them now to approach before the 2024 elections. They maximized these states. 65 out of 62 seats were won by the BJP. How much more can you go up? They will need to have increments as far as southern India is concerned.
Yes, South India is a matter of concern for BJP. But if you look at this issue with a different perspective, BJP is basically, their whole agenda is somehow around Hindi and Hinduism. That card is not working in South India.
The Hindutva nationalism and then we keep talking about it.
Hindutva Rashtravad. Actually, Rashtravad is not working in South India. That they have to work somehow smartly to make their presence there.
Is that something, Ms. Goenka, that the Congress party and specifically, let's say Rahul Gandhi, who doesn't find much resonance or voters backing him up as far as the Hindi heartland is concerned, and we have seen that state elections after elections, Rahul Gandhi at this moment doesn't have that ability that the voter does an incremental vote in the name of Rahul Gandhi, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi massively can in some states up to 14-15%. Does that mean that for the Congress party, they should also, re-strategize, put more focus in southern states where they possibly can, win much better than they can in north?
See, if you look at couple of southern states, first let us take the example of Karnataka. Karnataka, even though the Congress has won, I wouldn't rule out BJP completely from Karnataka. Maybe in the next elections, they may even come back. It's not like the Hindu vote bank is not appealing to BJP. Or secondly, if you look at Telangana, traditionally BJP was with the TDP in Telangana and it was a very big vote bank for the TDP. But now if you, I would like to just draw a parallel to how BJP has progressed in the northeastern states also. So it took time, it took efforts, it took 30-40 years of deep work inside northeast to get there. So I think BJP is doing its best. You may see in the coming years some progress being made in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana also. I would like to point out one very important thing, BJP has got more seats than AIMIM. So that is something which is a very positive thing if you look at it. And regarding the 24 elections, I just want to make one point. 24 elections, even though today I think if BJP would have lost everything, 24 elections belongs to the BJP. It doesn't have any repercussions. Now only the thing is it will add to the seats, I think, or the vote share.
The BJP would be delighted to hear that, but every election is different and I'm sure the BJP would also want to take it like that. But BJP starts on the pole position. My colleague Maria has more analysis of what is happening. Maria, over to you.
What we have seen today is a massive BJP wave in Hindi heartland. Remember, 3 states they lost in 2018, 3 states they wrested back this time. First, the state of Chhattisgarh, where the chief minister had borrowed the BJP playbook of Hindutva and welfareism. Second, the state where the BJP was facing the anti-incumbency of 18 years and a visible fatigue factor, that is Madhya Pradesh. And third, a state where the incumbent chief minister had gone all out with his guarantees, that is Rajasthan. So what did the BJP do right to go against the popular narrative in these states? I'm going to begin with Chhattisgarh. Remember, voters have given a mandate which has appended the mandate of the pollsters. None of the pollsters gave a chance to the BJP in Chhattisgarh. It was a well-set government of Bhupesh Baghel, a popular chief minister. Nobody thought that BJP can really trump him. What worked? Prime Minister Modi, remember, had announced 24,000 crore for the welfare of tribals. Where did he do so? And when? On tribal icon Birsa Munda Jayanti, the occasion chosen and the place chosen was Ranchi. It had its impact in Chhattisgarh and tribal belt of other states, including Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. The BJP visibly came from behind to counter the welfare politics of Bhupesh Baghel, with Prime Minister himself saying that it is about his personal guarantees. What we saw also was collective leadership under brand Narendra Modi to counter what was visible dominance of state politics by one man, that is Bhupesh Baghel. Shifting focus now to Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh mandate for the BJP is now close to the ultimate ambition of Prime Minister Narendra Modi of securing 50% of votes polled. What they have usually done in Lok Sabha is now translating into assembly elections. In what was a break from the past, the BJP released the candidate list a month before the ECI, that is the Election Commission of India, announced the poll dates. It fielded 3 union ministers, 4 MPs and a party general secretary, sending a message of all hands on deck. And these MPs and ministers have clearly delivered for the BJP. The message again was collective leadership to counter any fatigue against a chief minister of 18 years. Now to Rajasthan. Despite all indications of a Gehlot fight back, the BJP roamed home with great ease. In the end, pushing aside all internal differences and dissent. Remember that image of Prime Minister Modi in Mathura? He was celebrating the 525th birth anniversary of Sant Mirabai, who was from Rajasthan. The message was for women voters in Rajasthan, communicated from Mathura. It ensured that despite not having announced the chief minister face, the party also ensured that Vasundhara was not seen as visibly disgruntled. And she played an important role and an active role in electioneering, and that's why we are saying the party managed dissent and differences pretty well. And then the party also countered the temple run of Ashok Gehlot with Sanatan Dharma push in certain pockets. So that electrified the BJP campaign. Coming back to this question certainly of what worked in Rajasthan, if we were to look at the Mirabai celebrations in Mathura, Avinash.
BJP played all its cards very well, like you rightly pointed it out, be it the Mirabai celebration, or they came to Mangad Dham also, if you remember, the place where many tribals were martyred, and the Prime Minister said we'll make a monument here. So every small such thing and occasion was counted, and the Prime Minister was present there. That added to the charm. And then the whole idea of collective leadership and not disgruntling anyone, getting everybody all. So the biggest thing that the BJP did well here was to accommodate everyone, give everybody's aspiration a chance and say, okay, you are in the game, and they all came in handy and they won the election handsomely well here.
Avinash, but do you think that's the difference between how the Congress and the campaign in
Absolutely,
Rajasthan?
yes.
Because, possibly the BJP and the central leadership also at the end, they were able to maneuver, put their ego aside. When they thought Vasundhara Raje is important, they were able to bring her right in the last few rallies of the Prime Minister, put on the center stage, which Ashok Gehlot could not do with Sachin Pilot. One more important thing I wanted to, a lot of people are discussing about, Gehlot also put out so much welfareism. Shivraj Singh Chauhan put out welfareism. Why is it that his worked and his did not? I think one important factor of all the schemes that Mr. Ashok Gehlot put out, there was no direct cash benefit scheme that went in anybody's pocket. Money going in your pocket trumps everything. Yes, Chiranjeevi scheme was great, but people thought, jab main bimar hoonga, tab fayda hoga. Cylinder jab khatam hoga, tab milega. But Shivraj Singh Chauhan started putting money in their pocket. Was that a big difference in the welfare schemes?
See, I'll tell you one more thing, Ankit. Let's talk about welfareism. It was a litmus test for a welfare state in Rajasthan. But the Rajasthanis have one thing which I've always said, that they look at, and it goes with what you're saying, what we have got from this government is done, what is it that the new one will give? So we look at two Bahi Khatas, the Rajasthanis look at their Bahi Khatas very well. They said, whatever we have got from this government would continue, because none of the people-friendly schemes have ever been stopped. They've just been renamed and going ahead. So that was clear, and so the Congress whole idea that you lose out on this or that didn't work. Secondly, you talked about Sachin Pilot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one more thing. There was a divided house in the BJP. There were 10 to 12 people out, but they always did their optics.
Sir, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you here. BJP President JP Nadda, the man who would be, as Javeer was saying, doing balle balle today, the president of the BJP has arrived at the party headquarters. This, Maria, has also, it has a significance. The way the BJP, and it has now become a routine as far as the BJP is concerned.
And the new party office.
The new party,
the IPO office.
They win the election.
And then it will be a protocol. What will happen is, here is the BJP president who has just arrived. He'll be followed by the arrival of the Home Minister Amit Shah, and then the Prime Minister arrives. So, and the Prime Minister will be welcomed by BJP President. The message is that Prime Minister in BJP office is a BJP Karyakarta, and that the BJP President is supreme in the party headquarters. So I think in terms of imagery, this is the party which has managed it extremely well. You may say whatever, but Ankit, let's not forget that there is this triangle that's working.
Yeah.
And all these three leaders, be it Mr. Nadda, Home Minister Amit Shah and Prime Minister, they have different roles.
Absolutely.
Mr. Nadda, with his with his amicable temperament, actually has ensured that the organization functions in a different way.
Right.
Home Minister Amit Shah is the nuts and bolts man, and of course the overarching image of the Prime Minister. So every leader has a role to play. And he'll also say that all these victories are coming under his leadership as the party president.
Record will be, the history will say that it was the BJP president, JP Nadda, one victory after another. Eventually, that's what the records will say. But as I said, when things are working, when there is a team which is winning, you see all these nuts and bolts working perfectly. Yes, there is a lot of work that goes behind it. And that work behind making sure that you cross that finishing line is something that Congress possibly can now take a leaf out of BJP's book. I have to slip into a very short break. It will be very hectic after the break when the celebration started at the BJP office. So our commercial, commitments at this moment. Coming back, stay tuned. NDTV has a 360-degree view of this election season. Stay tuned.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिंदाबाद, भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिंदाबाद, भारत माता की, भारत माता की, जेपी नड्डा जिंदाबाद, जेपी नड्डा जिंदाबाद।
Leaving for Delhi, Amrita Dhawan ji, they're getting ready to go to Delhi. And so Amrita ji, what would you like to say about the Congress's in performance in Rajasthan?
देखिए, राजस्थान के इस सभी परिणामों का स्वागत भी करते हैं और एक्सेप्ट भी करते हैं। पब्लिक का जो निर्णय है वो सर माथे पर है, क्या कमियां रही उसका विश्लेषण होगा।
So now it's going to be, they're going to be looking at what went wrong really, the BJP and the Congress, and here you can see that even Congress leaders are also leaving, are also leaving for Delhi. Gajendra Singh Shekhawat there, about to leave for Delhi. He's in the car getting ready to go to Delhi. There'll be charter flight accompanied by Mr. Arun Singh. So in little 2 minutes if we can just have with you. गजेंद्र जी, बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक जीत रही है और आपने पूरी तरह से बीजेपी की, आपने सीपी जोशी ने और अरुण सिंह ने पूरी तरह से बीजेपी की कमान संभाली थी। यू वर द बैकरूम बॉयज।
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सभी ज्येष्ठ कार्यकर्ताओं ने मिलकर के भारतीय जनता पार्टी की इस प्रचंड बहुमत से विजयश्री जो माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में उनके चेहरे पर जो चुनाव लड़ करके हमने हासिल किए, उनके द्वारा धरातल पर किए गए कामों के आधार पर, उनके द्वारा सामान्य मानवीय के जीवन में लाए गए परिवर्तन के आधार पर जो जनता ने मतदान किया है, ये जीत माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के देवतुल्य कार्यकर्ताओं को हम सब लोग समर्पित करते हैं।
पर आपको क्या लगता है, क्या खास रहा आपके कैंपेन में जो आपने अलग किया?
देखिए, इस चुनाव
गारंटी फॉर गारंटी था,
इस चुनाव में गारंटी और ये सब चीज़ें जो है ये नी जर्क रिएक्शन से आई थी। भारतीय जनता पार्टी पहले ही दिन से इस वर्तमान की कांग्रेस सरकार के विफलता को लेकर के और माननीय मोदी जी की सरकार की योजनाओं को धरातल पर उतारने में जिस तरह से कोताही गहलोत साहब की सरकार ने की थी, उसको लेकर के लड़ रही थी और जनता ने उसको शुरुआत से ही एंडोर्स भी किया था। जनता ने उसको जो है उस पर मोहर भी लगाई थी 1 साल पहले जब हमने जनाक्रोश यात्राएं की थी तब भी इस बात का भरोसा और विश्वास हो गया था कि राजस्थान की जनता ने कांग्रेस की वर्तमान सरकार को उखाड़ फेंकने का मानस बना लिया।
गजेंद्र जी, you managed to do a very cohesive leadership.
पास हुई है भाजपा, कह सकते हैं रेड
देखिए, आप खुद देख सकते हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को न केवल राजस्थान में अपितु मध्य प्रदेश में, छत्तीसगढ़ में, सभी जगह नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में, क्योंकि तीनों ही प्रांतों में हम नरेंद्र मोदी जी के चेहरे पर चुनाव लड़ रहे थे, लैंडस्लाइड विक्ट्री मिली है। और ये इस बात का द्योतक है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी का तिलिस्म, उनका जादू अभी भी चल रहा है। लोग उनमें अपने लिए किसी न किसी तरह से एक हमसाये की तरह उनको देखते हैं। युवा लोग उनको अपने मेंटर की तरह देखते हैं, महिलाएं उन्हें अपने भाई की तरह देखती हैं जो गरीब के कल्याण के लिए काम करते हैं। देश का सामान्य मानवी उनको उनके जीवन को सुधारने की गारंटी देने वाले व्यक्ति की तरह समझते हैं। देश के सैनिक उनको अपने सहयोगी और सखा की तरह समझते हैं। इसलिए देश का हर एक तबका उनसे जिस तरह का जुड़ाव रखता है, ये उसी के चलते हम जो है ये 3 राज्यों में प्रचंड बहुमत से जीत पाए हैं।
अब कहीं ना कहीं सीएम कौन बनेगा, सीएम कौन रहेंगे?
कांग्रेस क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, मैंने शुरू से कहा था कि जब सरकार आखिरी 6 महीने में इस तरह की योजनाओं को लाने का प्रयास करती है तब वो विफल होती है, क्योंकि वो ये जानते हुए ये योजनाएं लेकर के आती हैं कि उनकी धरातल खिसक चुकी है, उनकी ज़मीन समाप्त हो गई है और एक बार फिर वही सिद्ध हुआ है।
Who will be CM is the big question, Gajendra?
ये तो अभी समय बताएगा। थैंक यू।